He's like this with his ring. Why would you do this to me? Give me the flowers. Hello, I look like a again for the trillion time. Is that a word? I don't think so, but it's fine. So, hi everyone, welcome back. Today, I just posted this picture on Instagram, and well, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I got engaged. Today, it's been a year, and I was talking to my fiance how it all happened, and I thought it would be funny to tell you guys the story of how we got engaged, because it wasn't very, I don't know. So we were talking about everything that went down that day, and we were laughing so much. Yeah, he even told me, you have to tell the story. And also because these will allow us to go back and see, because I feel like with the pass of the time, like stories, if you don't remember them, you kind of forget details and things. So yes, this is going to be nice to be able to come back and see, like, watch this video. And anyways, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do my makeup because even though we're locked down, we wanted to make something special. It's just, I think like engagement anniversaries are not a thing. It is pretty bad right now, so why not make, like, celebrate the things that come and enjoy ourselves and just put our minds away from the, just for a bit. And yeah, we're gonna have a date here inside. Well, I don't know, we'll just set at the table and take out the china. We don't have china, so but you know, like, set the table, put some candles and something, and just have a nice dinner, which I still don't know what I'm going to make. And he's not a great cook either. I love you so much, but you're not a great cook. Anyways, I'm gonna start with the video, and I don't know where to start. Okay, I'm gonna start putting my makeup on because I always talk so much. Like, multitasking is not my thing. Okay, I think I know where to start. Last year, I wanted to go to Paris. I've never been to Paris. I've been to some other places in Europe, but Paris is something, even though it's so close, I've never been. And we were always saying, oh, we need to go there. And you know, it's one of those things that you say, oh, we could just do a little trip, like a 2-day trip. But when you go and see the prices to go to Paris, they're very high. It's just the flights, it was a pretty big chunk. It was half the trip. I thought it would be better for us if once we go there, we see everything that we want. Because with those prices, is not something that would allow us to come back regularly. We set a date to go to Paris. I had booked a real nice hotel that I really liked, and it was all good. We were gonna go May last year. This is pertinent to the story. My fiance, he likes traveling. It has to be something that, let's go somewhere, and he's gonna be like, yes, let's go there. But if he has time, enough time to think about it, he will start having second thoughts and say, like, I don't feel like going anymore. Which once he is on the plane, he's fine, and like, he enjoys himself and all that, but it is a process. So we were supposed to be in Paris in May. By the end of March, he tells me one day, all of a sudden, why don't we cancel Paris? You know, we can save that money. And I'm like, what? He tells me, yeah, it is a lot of money. I don't know if this is the right time now to go to Paris and all that. And I'm like, you're doing this again to me. I'm not gonna let you do this again. If we don't go to Paris now, we're never gonna go. And we don't travel as much as I would love to, so don't do this to me again. Like, I got so mad. I think I'm gonna have a lot of jump cuts on this video because I'm kind of trying to gather my thoughts. I didn't really plan this video. It was just, we were talking about this and I just posted that on Instagram. I asked you guys and you told me that you wanted a story time. So yeah, I'm trying to get there. By the end of February, we got in a car accident. So we had to go to physical therapy. We would go every day at 3:30 p.m. One morning, I get up, I'm doing my thing, he's getting ready. Well, he's a lawyer, so he wears suits every day. And he comes up to me and tells me, how do you think I look best? Like, what's your favorite suit? How do you think I look like my best? And I tell him, well, I really like when you wear your black suit with a white shirt, especially when he doesn't wear a tie and that's kind of open. And he tells me, okay. I didn't really think too much of it because most of the time he comes up to me every morning, well, not every morning, but a lot of mornings, comes up to me and asks me to pick an outfit for him, so it's fine. Like, he goes to work, comes back. After lunch we go to physical therapy. We were waiting outside the clinic because our physical therapist hadn't come yet. I remember this vividly because he is a very nervous person. Like, he is always moving, he's always doing something, especially when he's anxious about something. And I remember he was standing up there. I was looking at him and I was looking at his body and how every muscle was like moving. I was like, I can see your whole body moving. What's wrong with you? Like, what's going on? He's like, oh yeah, never mind, it's fine. So it was like, oh, okay, it's fine. So we go in there, had a session, and I remember the physical therapist would use some kind of oil to massage my neck. We come back home. Now he tells me he was wearing like normal clothing. We come back home and I go to my computer because I had to do some things. I don't know why I'm doing all these contour things just to be here at home, but it's fine. My engagement. Anyway, so I'm going to blend this mess. So while I was doing something in my computer, he takes a shower, comes back and tells me, oh, I have to go to the office. I'll see you in a bit. I'm like, sure, okay, bye. Fine, I'm just gonna finish some things and then I'll go take a shower. You know, when you start reading something and like, I don't know for how long, but it had to be a while. Meh. So I'm doing my thing. Mind you, I had just come back from physical therapy. I had my hair like a greasy mess up in a bun with my greasy neck, just doing something that took me a while, so I didn't have time to go to take a shower because, you know, it's fine, I'm at home, no one's watching me, I can do whatever, none of anyone's business. Now all of a sudden I hear the door opening and I had to turn around because it was right behind my back. I see him with a massive bouquet of red roses, wearing a black suit, runs up to me. I'm on my chair looking at him like my mind thinks, because he is the kind of guy that sometimes he does these special things for me, like leaving me a note or bringing me flowers or buying me chocolates for no reason. And I remember that I had uploaded my Victoria's Secret model video and that took me a while to film and edit. It was like 2 weeks filming, editing and like doing everything, and I put a lot of effort into that video. And when I saw him with the bouquet, I thought, oh, he wants to kind of like congratulate me for doing a good job. And that's like, that was my thought process, and that's what I thought it was. He was just congratulating me for doing a good job. And it was just for a second because everything happened so fast. I turn around, see him opening the door. First thing I see was the roses, then he coming inside the house, turning around, looking at me and running up to me like an A-line to me, and I'm like, what the? And pass me the flowers and tells me, he tells me, you know, you're the thing I love the most in this world and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And he takes out a box and opens it and tells me, and will you marry me? And at this point I'm like, the fuck? I thought he was joking. And when I saw the ring, I thought it was fake. Like, I was looking at it like it was so shiny and so mesmerizing and so everything that I thought it was fake. So I look at him dead in the eyes and I tell him, are you joking? Are you actually kidding me? Is this a joke? Start getting angrier and angrier and tell him, why would you do this to me? Why are you doing this? Because, you know, I guessed that sooner or later that would happen, but I didn't know when. And some people told us when we talked to our friends and said, oh, we're going to Paris in May, they would tell us, oh, he's gonna propose when you go to the Eiffel Tower or something. And I was always like, I don't want him to do that because that would be so freaking cliche. But at the same time I thought maybe if we go to Paris, if he wants to do something, he will probably do that there. And I don't know, and something inside me, I don't want him to do that. Like, I don't want him to do that in Paris. But at the same time, I didn't think my proposal was gonna be like me looking like a hot mess, greasy, messy bun here, my neck drenched in oil, in sweatpants. And he was looking so nice with his suit, and he was looking so handsome and amazing. And I was like, why are you doing this? So I legit thought he was joking. It was so ridiculous. And I keep telling him, why are you doing this? This is not a joke. This is not something to joke about. I was so angry and saying all these things, and I couldn't even see him. Like, I couldn't see properly until I focused on him and I see his face changing and getting down, and he's like this with his ring, and he's like shrinking. I don't know what to think at this point, and I tell him, is this for real? And he tells me, are you going to say yes? At that moment it clicked. He was looking like a puppy, like so desperate, waiting for my answer, and he was suffering so much, like he was sweating. I realized this is real, like this is for real. And I told him yes. And I started crying my eyes out, like bawling my eyes out. So insane. So yeah, I told him yes, and he puts the ring, which by the way, I'm not wearing it. Oh my god, I'll be right back. My ring. But yeah, this is my ring. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it already. So yeah, I tell him yes, takes the ring, he puts the ring on it. I keep crying and crying and crying, and he hugs me. Wow, this lighting situation is the worst. And I told him I'm so sorry, and then he told me, well, I thought you were gonna say no to me because you were looking so angry. And now I start asking him for all the detail, and apparently he had been looking for a ring. He had been ring shopping with my cousin. Then he was talking to one of my friends, well, you know her, with Desi, and he had been looking for a ring, and he had told her to talk to me, and like so she could show me rings and to take some information of things I like. I don't know, he didn't want to take me out to shop for the ring together, so he wanted it to be a surprise, which it was, and it was so perfect. I couldn't be happier. It was so beautiful, and that, like, for me, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Well, not the most beautiful thing, but to me it's something so precious. And when I saw it, I really thought it was fake because it was so dreamy, and I don't know, it was so amazing. I look back at him and I tell him, that's why you were shaking while we were waiting outside the clinic. And he's like, well, let me tell you the story. His plan was to take the ring to Paris and ask me there, but he is so impatient. He's like a little kid. When he has something, he has a present, he cannot wait. Like, he has to give it right away. So he went to the jeweler and he asked for a custom made ring. They told him that they had to make it and they would call him back once the ring was done. When that call was made, he knew he had to give it to me right away. So he called him in the morning and he went straight to the store. He called the florist because he wanted to give me some roses, and he had to pick them up at noon, right after our session, when he let me here at the house after he took a shower, because he has a bunch of suits but he wanted to buy a new one for the occasion. And he grabbed 2 different suits, a black one and a blue one. And he told me that while he was waiting to pay, he was so nervous that he grabbed a jacket. He told me he has a jacket, he didn't even try it on, and when he came back he had to go, I'm doing nothing, I'm so sorry. Well, this is not a tutorial, so I guess, but I'm looking crazy with these patches. I'm the worst. On his way back home he stops by the florist. He goes inside and tells the woman that was working there, oh, I'm here to pick up a bouquet of red roses. She looks at him and tells him, it's not here, it's 2 stores down the road. So he said, my bad. He goes outside and goes to the florist, the other florist. Once he goes in there, he asks for the bouquet, and the woman that was working there tells him, oh, it's not here, it's 2 stores down the road. And I remember he told me this, saying, of course I was nervous. To be fair, there are 3 freaking florists in the same row. He was like so mad. 3rd time's the charm. So now 3rd time, it was the right ones. He had this argument. I almost forgot about this. He told me that once we got there to pick up the flowers, the florist was trying to sell him a massive glass vase, and he was like, no, but I don't want the flowers inside the vase, I want the flowers, like I want the bouquet. And then she's like, no, but it's gonna be better if you do it this way. And he's like, no, but I want the flowers separate. She's like, no, but it's gonna look so nice. Look, I'm gonna put this here and I'm gonna add this rope around it and it's gonna look so good. And he's like, give me the flowers. He is trying to keep his cool, and I know him, like he is the nicest guy in the world, but when you mess with him and he's nervous, he gets so annoyed by things. And he was like, I'm going to buy the vase, even though the flowers are not inside of it, don't worry, you're gonna get the money for the vase, but don't put it in there. And she's like, okay, whatever, but I think it looks way better this way. Personally, when I saw the vase, I told him, don't worry, you did very good. Now, he was telling me all this, and I looked where he had put the vase, that was at the door, and we realized the door was opened. He was so nervous, and he like sprinted into the house that he forgot to close the door. All of this happened with the door opened. So probably our neighbors listened to the whole thing, so yay. I don't know what to do with my eyes. I'm just gonna be here, but I wanted to do something special. I don't know what to do. I feel like something sexy. Okay, so I'm going to do my brows real quick off camera, and I'll be right back with my eyes and I'll tell you the rest of the night and how it all went. So I'm gonna start doing whatever, and let's see where it takes. It's just lighting, it's horrible. I look like a clown. It looks so pink in here. I don't know, I'm sorry. Anyways, after all this, I ask him, well, what now? What do we do now? And he tells me, well, I have a reservation at so-and-so, and I was ecstatic to go to a sushi restaurant, like one of the fanciest sushi restaurants here in the city that for some reason we haven't been to yet, because we love sushi and we've been to pretty much every sushi place here, but we hadn't gone there yet. And I was so excited. I went, took a shower, got ready. We decided to, because it was such a nice night. It was not very warm, but it wasn't too cold either. So we decided to go there, walk in and like enjoy the time. I don't know, it was really nice. Like I remember that walk and it was so nice. And then once we got there, we had our table, and I remember sitting there, and because we hadn't told anyone yet, we wanted to tell our families, but we wanted to see their reactions. We were fighting against calling them and telling them on the phone. Like I remember sitting there at the restaurant and feeling like I want to scream right now that I'm engaged and I'm so happy, and like the waiter would come and I was like showing my ring, hoping for him to ask me, oh, did you get engaged or something? I don't know, it was so amazing. We had a fantastic night. Dinner was delicious. They had this tasting menu with like a bunch of different things, and so you can try out everything. We ordered a very nice bottle of wine, and I don't know, it was something that we would normally do, but with that feeling inside of, oh my god, we are gonna go a step further in our relationship. Even though we knew, at that point I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. It was so magical. Like I couldn't stop smiling all night. It's weird because it felt like I'm the same, but I feel like more grown up. I don't know, it's so weird, but in a good way. And then I was like apologizing to him for reacting that way, because I like thought he was joking, and like I was so happy now. I was so happy with my ring, and he told me, well, now you know why I didn't want to go to Paris. Because everything that I had saved went, I was all the time looking at my ring, and don't get me wrong, I'm not someone who gives that much value to jewelry or any of those things. Like, I've never had. I'm starting now to enjoy having some pieces here and there, and everything that I wear was from my mom, and I like to wear it because these are the things that she used to wear, so it's like I have her with me. But yeah, I was just looking at the ring, not because of, oh, it is a diamond or whatever, but for what it represents, and it's so love. So cheesy. Now, something I wanted to mention because of the way it all went down. I said before that something deep inside me felt like I don't want him to propose in Paris, because like it's so cliche and so whatever. And then I felt so bad because when he proposed to me, at first I didn't react how I should, I guess. It's because I was expecting something like at least to be somewhere romantic, or at a restaurant, or I don't know, like all those things that society makes you believe are that way. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it is supposed to be romantic and very epic and all that. A part of me thought that he was joking and it wasn't real, because I saw myself like I'm in my sweats with my bun. I need to take a shower because I haven't showered yet, looking like a mess. And I guess I pictured myself being proposed to, like being all fabulous with my makeup done and my dress or whatever. Once I started talking to him about this, and after I apologized because I made him suffer a bit with my reaction, then I realized that he proposed to me at our home, in a room that used to be my bedroom when I was a little girl, that I have so many memories. Like, I grew up in that room, or at least until I was 11. All those memories from my childhood, playing with my toys and doing my homework and all those things, and now I have something else that it's so magical and important to me. And that's when I realized it couldn't have been more perfect to me, and it doesn't matter. And the fact that I was looking like a hot mess, as I said on my Instagram, like a crazy cat lady, and he still didn't run away and still went through it and asked me to marry him. I don't know, I don't want to get emotional, sorry. Because I think I'm going to line my eyes, and that's pretty much done, because been too long, and I'm just gonna have dinner, and now I have to prepare dinner. So I decided to finish everything off camera because I didn't have anything else to say, and if you came here for the makeup, wrong. Anyways, just put some liner, mascara and lips, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. It's something very personal, but I wanted to share it with you, and also for the reason that I told you before, that I wanted to have a document of this. We had pictures from that night, but if you have seen my sunset inspire get ready with me that I did on September, I told you guys that I've lost 5 years of memories because I had to erase my whole computer. One of the things that I lost there was the pictures and footage that I had from that day. I even vlogged a bit. I knew I was gonna make this video at some point, and I wanted to add some clips from that and to have memories of that, and I don't have any. So with this video, I'm gonna make sure that everything that happened that day stays in here, and so I can remember every little detail that I said. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to be part of the family, the lalafemmme, I guess. That sounds good, I think. Lalafemmme instead of lalafemmme. Get it? If you want to be part of the family, subscribe, and you can follow me on Instagram if you want to talk to me a bit more in there. And I talk to you guys and ask you guys questions and all that. So if you want to be part of this community that it's growing, feel free to go there. And yeah, I'm gonna go because I have a date with my fiance. He's going to pick me up in the living room, and we're gonna go because we have a table in the dining room. We're gonna have dinner and my battery's flashing, so I'm gonna go right on time. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I hope you enjoyed my story. I am happy I'm able to share with you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. You wanna say something? Should I change my pants or not?